Today we go to school, where you often see a sheriff's car or police cruiser parked out front. The car usually belongs to the school resource officer, a sheriff's deputy or police officer whose beat is the school campus. And as Todd shows us, it's a job that involves much more than just security.
Most cops in Southwest Florida drive a patrol car, but Mike Cialino walks a beat. That beat is Lee Middle School. Mike's a school resource officer, or SRO.
Come on, y'all, let's get to class. Okay.
Mike spends much of his time maintaining campus security and making sure kids get to class. But that's not all.
How about 50 cents?
Get out of here, man.
I paid you back last time,
I got 50 cents.
Mike wants to make sure kids know cops are people too, and they're not just there to protect the campus, but to offer a different source of help for students who need it.
So sometimes when they have problems that they really don't want the school to get involved in, they'll come to me and we can work it out. And then I can direct them to the proper agency if they need to talk to somebody from HRS, the youth shelter, any kind of crisis intervention we can provide.
Mike says SROs actually perform 3 jobs in one: law enforcement officer, educator, and counselor. So along with patrolling the campus and chatting with kids, Mike spends time in classrooms helping kids get a better understanding of law enforcement and citizenship.
And to bridge that gap so we can have a working relationship. So when they get older, they will come to the police for the answers, and they don't say, oh, I better slow down because there's a cop, or stay away, there's a cop there. They understand what my job is, and I can understand with them and when they're coming from.
Mike says the job's tough, but very satisfying, especially when he can help a kid work out a problem.
To see them find the answer, or a day later they come to me and they say, hey, I tried what you told me and it worked out. And, it may not be a lot of kids I can talk to, but if just I make contact with one kid a day, I feel that I've made a positive effort.
An interesting note about Mike: when we say he went back to school for his job, he really did. When Mike was a kid, he was a student at Lee Middle School. Well, if you aspire to be a law enforcement officer, there's a new pilot program underway at Levo Tech. It's a law enforcement basic training course for civilians. As part of the Southwest Florida Criminal Justice Academy, the class prepares students for a career in law enforcement. The class instructor, a former police chief in California, Washington, and California, as we said, is Dave Walsh. He joins us now before tonight's class begins. Welcome, Dave.
Good evening, Jane.
Hey, this is a pilot program. That means there's something unique about the class.
Well, what's unique about it is the student is paying his own way through and going on his own time. The normal student comes to us as hired by an agency, and the agency pays his way through the academy and gives him a salary while he's here. This program is people who want to be in it so bad they're willing to pay their own way and go in their own time.
Now, is that a bonus to the department as well, considering they normally have to pay that for students?
We feel a department can save approximately $7,000 by every student they hire that graduates from this school.
Let's talk a little bit about the students who've enrolled in the course. Are their backgrounds pretty diversified?
Yes, they are, and that's the part I'm pleased about. They're more diversified than normal academy. We have a slightly larger amount of females and minorities in this class than we normally would have. And we were kind of surprised to see this, but delighted to see that.
Now, Dave, we see desks in the background there. What's the combination of the training that goes on? Obviously, some schoolwork.
Well, we start out with the books, of course, the laws, the corpus delicti, the mens rea, and all that stuff, and that's where they're at now. As the school progresses, they get into the more role-playing parts of putting what they've learned to use, plus more physical parts into the driving, the defensive tactics, first responder, things like that.
Now, they don't know what's ahead, but you do. What do you perceive will be the most challenging part of the physical class for them?
I think the most challenging part will be their staying power. We're talking about approximately 32 weeks. They got to keep coming 20 hours a week. And that, to me, is what's going to make the difference. I think that'll tell whether they're going to be good officers or not. Those who hang in, those who keep trying, those who keep applying are going to be the ones that will be good for us and good for the departments.
Now, the class is a 7-month, $800 commitment. What's the guarantee that they are going to get a job with the department?
There's no guarantee, but they also become a highly prized commodity within a market where departments have to pay $7,000 for an officer. Here you get somebody who showed he had enough dedication to do it on his own, enough drive, and is willing to save you $7,000. You as a chief or sheriff, I hope, would look at this individual very closely.
Now, Dave, you have an extensive career in law enforcement. What's the message you want to get to these people? What do you want to leave them with, definitely, whether or not they get a job?
Law enforcement is a business of caring about people. It's not Miami Vice. It's not cops and robbers. It's having compassion out there and helping the public. If you look upon it in any other way, you don't belong in the business.
Okay, well, I know you have a class to get to, Dave. You have some students to whip into shape, so
That's right.
we'll let you go. Hey, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.